We are back for another course, and I am so excited about this one. This is one of my favorite trainings that I do. If you have distractions around you, go in a different room, turn off your phone, put it on Do Not Disturb, commit to the next hour of learning the art of sales. This one's huge, guys, and it really will get you thinking outside of the box. So we're going to start this training off and we're going to talk about personal experiences and who I am and why you should listen to me. I have been in the sales industry for 22 years, 2 decades, and I feel like I've been selling since I was 10 years old. I originally went to school for the beauty industry. I went to school to become a skin specialist. I studied in London, England to learn medical skincare. From there, I actually met a company called Steiner, and Steiner owns and operates all of the cruise ship spas. And I was granted the opportunity to go and work on cruise ships in the spa as a skin specialist. And this was kind of my true introduction to sales. I was only 18 when I started into my medical skin journey, and I was on cruise ships by the time I was 19. However, on cruise ships, you have targets and you have quotas and you have things that you have to hit, or you are fired and going home. And I didn't spend all of this money, of my parents' money. It's funny how you work harder for somebody else than you do for yourself. And it's funny how you work harder with the fear of letting somebody else down than you do for the fear of letting yourself down. But I was so afraid to let my parents down and start this journey, and what would people think? And I couldn't do it. I really figured out a way to make it. And that's when I dove deep into the psychology of selling and read every book and took every course that I possibly could to learn how to sell. And over the past 22 years, I've had a lot of failures, but I've had a lot of success as well. And that's what this course is about, is to help you kind of get that introduction into the art of selling, to truly break it down, to believe in yourself, to have that right mindset, and to understand people. So dive deep, get a pen and paper, turn off the distractions. We're going to get started now. So I've got some notes in front of me here because I tend to ramble and I tend to get off track. But please note that I do have a ton of one-on-one coaching mentor programs. I also have a group mentor coaching program. So if you do want a one-on-one or you do want some coaching or mentoring, at the end of this course, there is a link in the write-up in the final pages there that you can click on and get some one-on-one mentoring. You can also get my mentoring for free if you choose to join my EXP downline. All of the people underneath me get all of my mentoring, all of my courses, and all of my training completely free. But you don't have to be with EXP to get some coaching with me. You can easily just sign up for my mentoring program too. So let's dig in, dive deep, and blow our minds today. So the title around being a salesperson. Do we love saying, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm a salesperson. People hate saying that. People hate hearing it. But we need to change that stigma. We need to educate people, and we need to stop being afraid of saying that we are in sales, or that we are salespeople, or we work off commission. Why? Because we are always selling ourselves in everything that we do. As much as we don't want to admit it, we are. From the second you walk out that door, you are selling yourself. You do not get up and get dressed and put makeup on and do your hair if you weren't selling yourself. When we go for a job interview, the way we look, the way we present ourselves, the way we talk, the way we work, the way we do things is selling ourselves to get that job. Or when we meet, or we go to a party, or we're meeting new people, the way we present ourselves is so other people will like us. We're not in our pajamas. We're not, no makeup on. We're not brushed our teeth and smelling and showered. We do these things because the people in our environment, we want them to enjoy and like us. So we are constantly selling to get an end result. And that end result doesn't have to be such a slimy feeling. When I want to go out with my girlfriends for dinner, I'm going out because I want to get the end result of being with them and being able to vent and being able to tell them about my day, to be able to get their advice, to be able to get honest opinions from them. I need them to like me to keep those connections. So guess what? I'm selling myself. When I go in to buy a brand new car, I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to try to make that salesperson know and like me so I get the best deal. When I go to the grocery store and I'm checking out and I see a young girl that I think would be a great part of my team as an administrative assistant down the road, I chat with her so she knows, likes, and trusts me, and eventually one day hopefully comes works for me. You're always looking around and seeing different opportunity, and we are always selling ourselves. You always want to connect with people because you never know what opportunity could come. With any committees or groups that you're a part of, you want to be the best you forward because you never know who's on that committee that might give you a business opportunity or might help you grow or give you a coaching platform, or there's always something. So you want to bring the best you forward and always sell yourself because that opportunity might not be there today, but it will be there down the road. You never know who you're meeting or what opportunity they can create for you in your future. And people always remember the bad first impression. First impressions matter. So making sure you give people the right first impression will stay in the back of their mind. So down the road, you have that hopefully new opportunity that could create business growth, that could create more wealth, that could create more opportunity, that could create more coaching clients, that could create more real estate transactions, that could create more opportunity in anything that you do. So don't be ashamed to say that you are a salesperson. Be proud because that is what's going to make you grow into a successful salesperson that can grow your mindset, your level of ability to connect with people to the next level, which then will increase your wealth. It will increase your connections with human beings, and it will make you feel really good. So that's the first thing. Let's change that stigma. Be proud that you're a salesperson. And when you wake up in the morning, know that what you're doing is to create opportunity for your future, not for yesterday, not for this moment right now. It's for the future. When you come on a coaching call, there's other people that are going to be in this course and on this training that could create opportunity for you. So bring your best face forward. Care about who and what you are representing. Have that opportunity. Reach out to people in this course and talk to them because you don't know who's beside you. And if you create that connection and you create that conversation, that person could hire you for the next conference they're talking at, or really like something that you're doing, or have you be their real estate agent. You never know what somebody else can flourish into your life. So remember that and have that mindset every morning when you walk out that door. There is opportunity all around us in this world, from going to the grocery store to talking to a friend to being on social media to going to webinars and courses. Always have that impression that you are in front of the person that could change your stars and your future. So show up that way. The way you look, if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you're more likely to go outside of your uncomfortable and do things that you normally wouldn't do that will help you grow and level up and change your stars to be making the wealth and the future and the dreams and the visions that you have come true. And that I can promise you. All right. So everything is sales. That is my big intro. It's something I'm going to preach and something you need to believe in. If you don't believe that you are always selling yourself, you need to shift that mindset. And if you still don't believe it, by the end of this call, you need to get on a one-on-one coaching call with me. And we need to mastermind it back and forth and figure out how we can change that mindset. Because once you believe that you are constantly selling to get the next opportunity, because there's opportunity everywhere, then you will see your stars change. All right. Understanding people. This is one course. I want you to write it down. If you are in Ontario or you are in Canada and you want to travel, write this date down first. I'm pretty sure it's October 3rd. I say write the date down and I don't even know what the date is. Hold on, I'm just going to check my calendar here. September. Yes, October 3rd. I am hosting. It won't be me doing this training. It will be Victoria, and she is the owner of what's called Discover What Works, and it's called DISC. I'm sure most of you have heard of this, but some of you might not have, and that's completely okay. But DISC is personality trait training. And it's so important to understand people and connections. And we all have, and there's all different types of different personality trait training, but DISC is the OG. It is the original. I'm pretty sure it was created in like 1923. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And from there, when you see, your A-type personalities and all these different trainings, they've actually taken it from DISC and implemented it and changed it and created their own. So DISC is a phenomenal course. I actually took this course when I was 19, and it's breaking down the personality into 4 quadrants, and it's called DISC. And for simple terms, I'm not giving you a course on this today, but we all have a little bit of the D, a little bit of the I, a little bit of the S, and a little bit of the C. I'm going to pull my whiteboard up here for a second so you guys can kind of follow along. Oh, I don't want sticky notes. There we go. Okay, so let's just put this in 4 quadrants. I want to delete that. I want a straight line. Okay, so we got here, and then we're going to go like this, and then we're going to add in some text, and we're going to go D. Put this in capitals because it looks better. D, and then we're going to go I. And we're gonna go S. And down here. Come on, Jen. C. All right. So we all have a little bit of each one. And normally there's a quiz that you can fill out and you can figure out what you're more dominant in, if you are a high D or you're a high S or a high C. But if I just break it down quickly and simply, in a simple form for you guys, a D is somebody who is very dominant. They are normally a leader. They're demanding. An I is somebody who is very outgoing, very friendly, very colorful, very bubbly. They can be very irritating. An S is somebody who is shy, who doesn't really, will sit back and doesn't really ask a lot of questions. They're timid, but they always have their deadlines done. They follow the rules. And a C is somebody who is very conservative, very cautious. They will ask a ton of questions. They're not going to make a decision quickly. A D is somebody who makes a decision on the spot. An I is somebody who, irrational, doesn't really think things through. We all have a little bit of each one, but we have dominant parts of them. And when you do this quiz and understand how you operate, if you are a high D, you can be a high D with somebody who's very dominant, who's a leader, who's demanding, who has tasks, who's You get it done. There's no room for negotiating. This is just the way it is. If you are a high D, you can be a high D in work, but personally, you could be very outgoing and friendly, or very shy, or very cautious. And by doing this quiz and knowing how you operate and how you interact with people makes you very self-aware. Because if you're working with somebody who's very shy and timid, and you are a D, and you are demanding, and you are dominant, and you're going to scare that person away. So if you are very aware of how you present, there's nothing wrong with how you present, but you can kind of tone it down and be like, okay, this person is an S, and if I have my D forward right now, they're really not going to connect with me, and I'm going to lose them as a prospective client. I really need to bring my I or my C forward and let them really open up, because people who are shy are not shy 100% of the time. They eventually do open up once they get comfortable. So a D and an S can clash. An I and a C can clash. But because we have a little bit of each, a D and an I, they can get along, and an S and a C can get along. A D and a C normally clash. An S and an I normally clash. So if you are working with somebody that you normally would clash with, now you can recognize it and try to tone it down. Or you can recognize it and have a sense of empathy, and really answer and bring out, if I am a D, and I am working with a C, and I know I'm working with a C, I am going to set my mindset to be prepared for cautious and a ton of questions. And I'm going to have those questions ready to answer so that C feels extremely comfortable, because a D is somebody who makes decisions very quickly. They get the idea, they do a quick little bit of research, not like a C would. A C is going to research it for 2 weeks. A D is going to research it for 2 hours. They are ones to make the move. And a lot of people who own businesses and are CEOs of companies and run real estate teams are high Ds in business. So high Ds can clash with a lot of different scenarios because they are very demanding, and I can be a D. And when it comes to business, I know I can be a D. So I try to tone back my D and really recognize who I'm working with. Okay, this is a C, this is an S. Okay, this is an I. This person really likes to be bubbly and friendly, and I'm not that way. So, which I am. I am a very high D in my business, and in personal, I'm a very high I. And I actually mix them intentionally with business and with personal. An SC is somebody, same thing, shy. I have very, very little S. I am not shy unless I'm feeling overwhelmed and anxious and judgment. Then my S comes out, but that's more of a self-sabotage than it is my personality, because we all have self-sabotage and we all get insecure. And once we start letting our minds really take over, then we get timid and we step back, and it's like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. What will people think? Oh my goodness, I'm so shy. Well, I am not a shy person. I just let anxiety, fear, and uncomfortableness sometimes get in the way. So it's really, really important to understand yourself, but most importantly, when understanding where you're dominant, to really recognize where somebody else is, so you can really tweak and have some empathy and really understand where that person is coming from and not get frustrated. Because as soon as you get frustrated in sales, you're going to lose that sale. And there's no need, because we all have a little bit of each personality. It's just pulling it out. So understanding people is the key to sales, to being an entrepreneur, to human connection. So your biggest investment that you can do is take courses on mindset. And I have some courses in my one-on-one coaching and my group calls about mindset. However, the disc training, I will be having a disc training October 3rd, and it's from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. Again, not hosted by me, hosted by Veronica, the owner of Discover What Works, and you can register for that course. It is a $75 course and it includes your lunch as well as 3 hours of in-person training. The location is not set yet just due to where everyone is coming from. But right now we're either looking at Orangeville as a central location or Owen Sound, Ontario as a central location. It will be at either one of those locations, depending on where most of the people are coming from. So write it down. DISC, understanding people. Take the time. Don't make a quick assumption. We tend to make assumptions about people before truly understanding it. So DISC is one of the best trainings, and I truly put DISC as 95% of my confidence and understanding people to getting successful in being an entrepreneur and sales and making the visions and the dreams come to a reality for me. Okay. Staying true to yourself, guys, with sales. So we started this off with, obviously, we're selling all the time, but you don't want to try to sell something that you're not. We tend to watch things on social media or see somebody that inspires us, and instead of taking little bits and pieces from what they're doing, we try to be them. And we get lost in this web of trying to be something that we're not. Prime example, we're going to use fitness. If I was to go and follow a fitness, a fitness guru online, and they are jacked and they have a six pack and their arms are beautiful and they just look on point all the time, and they put a workout program of what they do every single day, what they eat, what they do, how they do it, and I try to go and follow that identically and do everything they do, am I going to get jacked? Absolutely. Am I going to get the result? Absolutely. But am I going to be able to maintain it? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's not who I am. My life isn't their life. My challenges aren't their challenges. You can't compare yourself to somebody else. You need to compare yourself to yourself and pull certain things that inspire you and make it work for you. I'm going to say that again. Pull certain things from people who inspire you and make it work for you. Don't try to be them. If I'm going to do their workout, they're benching, let's say, 200 pounds, and I go out in the gym and try to bench 200 pounds off the hop, I'm going to hurt myself. I'm not going to be able to do it because they started benching maybe 30 pounds and they've worked themselves up to that 200 pounds, and you're only seeing that 200 pounds. So you can't do what somebody else is doing. You have to do you. And your hard is going to be different than my hard. So it's so important to remember that. Pull, tweak, make it work for you, and eventually those steps will lead you to a little bit harder and a little bit harder each day, and those goals and those visions will explode, and you will achieve everything and more of what you want. But do not compare yourself to somebody else. So staying true to yourself, eventually, that if you are pretending to be that bodybuilder and doing everything that they're doing, you might get that result, but you're going to burn out because it doesn't fit within your life. So take a look at what you want prioritize your goals and your values, and then create your own dream. And if you're not sure how to get there, again, hire a coach to sit down and break it down together to achieve those dreams to get that end result. Okay, moving on. Selling during the day. So even on this course, this call, when I put out the video that made you guys sign up for this training, I have been selling myself every single day before that by posting social media, by having cold calling videos, by showing my work online. So when you guys are deciding to register for my course, you can go and see all of the things that I have done, that I've been selling myself every single day online to convince somebody down the road to join my course, to see that I genuinely care about helping people grow their success in sales. Sales is a grind. Oh my gosh, it's a grind. You're constantly pivoting and changing. You're constantly trying to do things differently. But once you block everything around you, all the noise of what everyone else is doing, and really just be true to yourself, be kind, be a good human being, people work with you because they like, know, and trust you. It is a scientific fact that people work with you because they know, like, and trust you. Do you know what that percentage is? 80% of people work with you because they know, like, and trust you. The other 20% comes out of knowing your craft. So whatever it is, for me, it's real estate. For you, it could be something else. But own your craft and be good at it and show people on your social media. Not every post doesn't have to be what an amazing real estate agent you are. Again, let them get to know you, show who you are, show your workout, show your life, show your struggles. Talk to people, go on lives, be present. Give people a platform to get to know you. They need to know you to work with you. You could be 20% good, but nobody knows who you are at all. They're not going to work with you. So you are selling every single day, especially in real estate. How do you get these sales in real estate? How do you get people to work with you? Well, in my real estate and in my Instagram and on my Facebook, I will show some of the things that I offer, like an opinion of value. Opinion of values are great ways to get business. I have a training on how to generate leads, and one of them touches opinion of values. If you haven't taken that course, you definitely need to take it. It is an hour course and it is jam-packed with different ways to generate leads, lead generation, and using your social network. And that course is phenomenal. Anyways, where was I? I hate when I see, this is why I write notes down, because I tend to go on rants and I lose my train of thought. So no, oh, right. So opinion of values, show what your opinion of value is. Get on social media and do a quick little video of your opinion of value and let people see what your opinion of value details. Not a long video, make a reel, make it under a minute and a half. Be like, hey, I create these amazing opinion of values telling you what your home could sell for in today's market with no pressure to buy or sell. You want to check it out? Look, and show a quick little video. And people that comment on it, every one of those people you reach out to. Hey, I'm offering a free opinion of value. I'm really trying to master the market in your area and really understanding what things are selling for. I can offer you a free opinion of value and I can come in and do it. Another tool that you could show is an investor's guide, where you've created a guide just for investors in your area. And again, you're creating this for your clients, but also for your social media and your platforms for people to see what you do and the value you bring. And now you're letting the world know that you work with investors and you have this amazing booklet, and you quickly show some of the tools and resources that are in that investor's guide for your clients to use. And then you say, if you're an investor and you want this guide for completely free, send me a message. And then you send them that free investor's guide. And now you have a connection to work your sphere and create that relationship. So when they are looking to buy their next investment property, guess what? They're calling you. A seller's guide, the exact same thing. Are you thinking about selling your home? Guess what? I have an amazing seller's information guide that will give you all of the things you need to do before putting your home on the market that will increase your value and definitely sell your home faster. Here, take a quick look. Do a quick video of the thing that you made, whether it's on Canva, a screen share, or the actual booklet that you have. Make sure it's pretty. Make sure it's presentable. Make sure it looks professional. Why? Because you are always selling. You cannot just give them a piece of paper that doesn't look pretty. You need to show your professionalism in everything that you are giving to people for free, because they think, holy man, if she's going to do this much work for free, imagine how much work she's going to do if I'm paying her. You are constantly selling something. You are giving them a value. You now have the opportunity to show them exactly what it is you can do. You're giving them resources, you're giving them tools, you're giving them value. They're checking out your social media. They're seeing you with your kids. They're seeing you working. They're seeing you prep a house. They're seeing you do open houses. They're seeing you with your friends. Don't post videos of you, getting drunk and bombed with your friends. Post videos of you going out to a nice dinner and having a cheers of a glass of wine. Nobody wants to see you swearing and cursing and drunk online, not the people you're working with. So be selective on what you're posting. And yes, if you like to go out and let loose every once in a while, that's okay. But there's knowing your audience when it comes to your professional social media platform. And it's very important to remember, because you are always selling yourself, don't put the things that might not come across professional online, because it never goes away. And what you think is funny today might not be funny tomorrow and could lose you business. So know your audience, keep your platforms professional, keep things the way you would want to hire someone, and always present yourself as if you are selling yourself for the biggest, best future opportunity. All right, next. Obviously, we've touched on, so far we've touched on everything is sales. We're always selling ourselves, understanding people and connection, doing some training on personality trait. DISC is a good one if you can't come to the October 3rd one. Obviously, make sure you look into it. There's lots of trainings you can hire people in. I highly recommend Victoria from Discover What Works. Staying true to yourself was something that we kind of went on. You need to be true to you. Your heart is going to be different than somebody else's heart. Do not compare yourself. Be true to you, be authentic, and that will come through where you will be attracting the people who genuinely like you, trust you, and will want to work with you. You don't want to work with people that you don't attract. Knowing your craft, obviously that percentage, right? Let's go back. 80% of the reason why people work with you is because they know, like, and trust you. 20% is knowing your craft. Show your craft. show people what you can do, offer free service, offer value, and make sure what you're offering is wowing people so that it verbally gets out there. People share what you're doing. They will give you points of contact back. They will tell you their friends. You can ask them after you've created this investment guide and given it to them and had that conversation. Hey, do you know anybody else that would find this valuable that I could give this to? Oh, you do? Get their phone number, get their contact, reach out to them, have that person reach out to them and say, hey, I was chatting with Jen from Lamont Real Estate Group and she gave me this amazing investment guide. I told her you would actually be interested in it. She's going to reach out to you tomorrow. Make sure you're putting that information in there so that people, when you do reach out, aren't caught off guard by it. Okay, there's a ton of information here, guys. I hope you're writing it down. And if you're feeling slightly overwhelmed, book a one-on-one coaching call with me or get in for my group coaching where we mastermind weekly and talk about different ideas on how to level up your sales business. All right, know the market. When you're selling in real estate, guys, you need to know the market. You need to know what's sold. You need to know, what's conditional, what has escape clause, what's moving, what's not moving. Make sure you are scheduling in your calendar a time to study your market daily. It is an absolute must for realtors. You need to know what's happening. Put a post on social media. When I come on, sometimes in the morning, I'll be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I will be having my coffee, looking at my back office and seeing, and I have my phone recording behind me to show people morning coffee sessions, studying the market. So you guys know I'm always on top of it. Boom, social media posts. People know what I'm doing. People know I'm on top of it. People know I'm constantly working for them. Okay, so know your market, schedule that time in, and I'm gonna kind of go off here for a second, but time blocking. Know your calendar, please. If you don't schedule out your week, start doing it. And if you don't know how to do it, this is one course you have to take. You must understand how to block your calendar. If you haven't registered for that course with me, register for it. Or if you want more in-depth and more thorough on time blocking and knowing your calendar, book a group call or a one-on-one call. This, I promise you, will keep you organized, keep you focused, and make you accomplish all of the things that you want. Because if you don't set goals and set plans on why you're working, you're never going to get it. And you're going to feel like you're doing 1,000 things in a day, but you never accomplish one of them. So block it off, block off your market report studying, and make sure you do it daily. You have to know your market if you are a real estate agent. Every single day, go on in the morning, set that time, or do it before bed, whatever works for you, or do in the middle of the day. But do not skip that time. That is a non-negotiable for your calendar. All right. Selling during an open house, selling during a listing presentation, selling during social media. Those are all things that we've kind of already touched base on, but you are, again, how we started this training and how we're going to end this training is you are constantly selling. So let's break into an open house. When you do an open house, we're going to talk about this. We're going to break down an open house. And I have a video that I will attach to this training to show my prep and my setup for the next open house I do. Okay, when you set up for an open house, it is so, so, so important that you have everything perfect. You cannot be running into an open house 5 minutes before it starts. Why? Because every person that's coming to an open house is a potential client for you. 90% of people who are coming through open houses are looking to buy or sell. 90% of people coming through your open houses are looking to buy and sell. The easiest client you are going to find, the easiest lead generation you are going to get. They are coming to you. You aren't going to them. They are interested in what you have. You aren't trying to sell them. They might not be interested in the house that you're open housing at. They might go through it and it might not be the one, but you have probably 10 minutes to build a connection with that person. And remember, we are always selling. So you have the opportunity in your open house to show them what you do. There's not much opportunity better than that when it comes to real estate. So they walk in. If the house is a mess and has a bad smell and there's dishes in the sink, there's no lights on, that reflects you, not the homeowner. It really reflects you as the agent. You didn't care enough to try to sell this home properly. So you're prepping for your open house. The day before, or 24 to 48 hours before, what do? I walk around the neighborhood that I'm hosting that open house in. And don't get me wrong, there's times that I get busy and I will actually have my kids walk around the neighborhood because I involve my family in everything that I do. And I will go and I will knock on the door and I have a little flyer or a postcard that is printed off and I say, hey, I'm sure you're not moving or interested in buying this home. However, just around the corner, I have this house for sale. If you know of anyone that would be interested at looking at this home, please can you give them the information? Here's an information postcard as well as my card. If they can't make it, tell them to give me a call and I can arrange a private showing. It is so simple. I have just created contact with the neighbors. They know that I am a selling agent that is selling a home in their neighborhood. B, I've blown their mind because not many real estate agents do that. And they're going to be like, holy, if I was to sell my house, she's going to do that for me. That's fantastic. C, they now have my business card and it doesn't feel like I just invaded their privacy and left a business card without their permission. I've just got 3 points of contact. And most likely we're going to have more conversation. Oh, what's it selling for? Oh, how long has it been on the market? Oh, why are they moving? Now I can create a conversation with these people and I'm building a connection for them to know, like, and trust me. They've now seen my craft and they know I'm good. When or if they decide to buy or sell, they're going to give me an opportunity. Or if they know of somebody who is going to buy or sell, they might give them that card that I left at their door. It was amazing. She walked the neighborhood. She was talking to people. She was fantastic. She was just letting us know. She let us know the price. She let us know what was happening. You should hire her. It was fantastic. I've never seen an agent do that in our neighborhood because most don't. So that's number one. That's to get people to come to the open house because it's way better to have people at your open house than the people who come. Now, when they walk in, I have a sign-in sheet. I do not let them sign in. I fill out the information. When they walk in, this is what I say to them. And feel free to pause, rewind, record, and write this down yourself. But this is what I say to every person that walks into one of the open houses I'm hosting. Hey, I'm Jen. I'm the listing agent. Here is an information package, which has an information package with all the utilities, the taxes, the write-up on the home, the bedrooms, the square footage, any material facts about the home. Here is an information package on the home. Help yourself to some sparkling water or a cookie, because I always have a snack or some sparkling water. And I'm going to walk around the house with you just for the first few minutes and get some information as we require all people that come through the house to, as we require all people that come through the house to sign in and just get some information so my clients know who has come through their home. And now I've told them, I'm going to walk around with you. I've given them an information package. I've let them know that I'm going to ask them some questions so my clients know who's coming through their home. And now I go through, and on that form, I say, so can I get your name? I get their name. Can I get your email? Normally they give me their email. Sometimes they don't. They're like, oh, I'd rather not. And you can just say, I won't reach out unless I absolutely have to. It's just to have on file. And normally they're like, oh, okay, fine, but I really don't want any spam emails. Absolutely. I cannot send you any emails without your permission. So I will check off here that you do not want to be contacted. Then I say, can I get your phone number? Sometimes they give it to me, sometimes they don't. If they don't give it to me and they're saying, well, I really don't feel comfortable, I don't want any calls, I just say, unfortunately, due to safety and security reasons, realistically, we don't like to say this, but there has been the odd time that things do go missing at an open house. And if we have to give the sign-in sheet to the authority, then we have your email and your phone number for the authorities to reach out to you. It's just to protect my clients and myself. And that is true. I always need to know who is going through my client's house. Because if something goes missing, you do not want your clients to think it was you that took it. You have all of the information, and now you have their number. Then you say to them, are you working with a real estate agent? They might say yes, they might say no. If they say yes, you say, great. Can I get their name and can I get their contact information? Because if there's any updates on this house, instead of reaching out to you guys, I don't have to bug you. I can reach out to your agent. And then you reach out to that agent after the open house and you say, hey, your client, Jane Doe, came through the house. They did show some interest. I think you should follow up. That agent now knows that their client, they appreciate you as an agent for letting them know. Now they follow up and ask questions, and you can get feedback about the house from that agent. Plus, it's creating a relationship with that agent in town. So the next time you're on the end of a deal with that agent, things are going to go great and you guys can negotiate as colleagues and hopefully friends instead of as competitors. Make sense? Now, if they say they're not working with an agent, this is where I step up my game and I talk to them a little bit. I'm like, ask them some questions. Are you from the area? How long have you been looking? What type of home? I talk to them about the home. I ask them some personal questions just to create not just a real estate environment. If there's kids with them, I compliment their kids or I compliment something to create that connection and create a conversation that they don't feel like I'm constantly selling to them. I let them know something about the house I don't like, and then I let them know something about the house I do like. So they know that I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell them the facts and the truth about the house. We talked for about 5 or 10 minutes as we're walking around this house together. And then I say, feel free to check out the backyard and the outside area. Go for a walk. I'm going to stay in here and just wait for the next person or help the person that's already there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out or come back in and ask on your way out. And then they will say, thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you. And you say, also, if you guys, if and only if they're not working with another agent, if you guys like, I can send you a list of all the homes that are similar to this. I do have your email. If you're comfortable with it, I can send you an email with a bunch of homes that are new on the market that are similar to this. Would that help? Most of the time, I have only had it happen twice that the people have said, no, I'm good. 2 times ever. Because I've built that connection and now they are in my database. And guess what? After I've sent them an email, I pick up the phone and I say, hey, Jane Doe, it's Jen. We met at the open house last week. It was so nice to meet you. How's the kids? Have that conversation. Just wanted to let you know, I sent you an email with a list of all new homes that have come on the market that are similar to the ones that you went through. If there's anything on there you like, feel free to let me know and I can schedule a showing for you. They're like, oh, thanks, Jen. I'm not a stranger calling them. Open houses are money, guys. Do them. And if you don't have any listings, Ask agents in your brokerage if you can do them. If they don't want to be doing open houses every day, do an open house. Maybe they do it the Saturday and you do it the Sunday. Or they did it one weekend, you do it the next. Ask them if you can host their open houses. It is the best way to generate business. And if nobody shows up to the open house, which if you've done your door knocking and you've prepped the listing and you posted it on social media and you did a Facebook live and an Instagram live and got on and talked about it, you should have people show up. But let's just say worst case scenario, you don't. Well, now you have 2 hours to focus on your social media or prospecting or reaching out to your sphere. Work that would normally cause distraction in the everyday world, you can focus at an open house for 2 hours if nobody is coming. So it's a win-win. You're getting work done that you wouldn't have got done otherwise unless it was the following day or on a Monday or a Tuesday because you would have been running or doing something else. You're getting your social media posting done. Look at your calendar and block something in for that open house time in case it's a slower open house and focus on that instead of sitting on social media just trolling and doing nothing and not getting those goals and that achievement done. You are constantly selling. So make sure your open house prep, you're door knocking the area, the house is clean, it's not smelly. If you have to, hire cleaners to go in to do a spot clean 2 hours before the open house launches. Wow your clients. Guess what? Your client, your seller client, is going to be like, wow, Jen, thanks so much for bringing a cleaner in. I had so much on the go. I didn't have time to prep for the open house. And she's going to tell 5 of her friends, my real estate agent did this. And they're going to be like, when I sold my house, they didn't do that for me. I'm hiring your real estate agent next time. And it goes. So it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. Always give 120% to your clients. They're paying you for a service. Set the new standard in real estate. That is my logo on every billboard. Jennifer Lamont of Lamont Real Estate Group, setting a new standard. I do it with my coaching, I do it with my mentoring, I do it with my sales and my entrepreneurial, and I always do it with real estate. The choice is yours. Put in the time, and you don't have to be working 1,000,000 hours a day if you're time blocking and scheduling things in and accomplishing the right things at the right time. You will get the amount of activity and results that you need and deserve, and you will see your business soar through the roof. Follow up. Follow up is key. So after your open house, after your listing presentation, if somebody reaches out to you on social media and sends you a message, you have to follow up. You have to reach back out. On your open house, make sure you call everyone that came through that allows you to do it. Make sure when you send that email to the client with all the new listings in the area, you pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, and if you get a voicemail, leave them a voice message and then send them a text message. Follow up. Show them that you work hard. You're not going to annoy them by following up. If somebody sends you a message on social media, you need to follow up. And if you don't have the time to follow up, again, hire somebody to do the follow-ups for you. Tell them what you want to say. Tell them what you need done and hire them to do it. Because not following up is the only way you're going to lose business. Because that shows that client, especially in real estate, if you're not following up, are you going to follow up with the potential people who want to buy my home? Are we going to lose out on potential sales? If they can't respond to an email or a phone call, how quickly is the agent answering the phone? If a client calls me and I don't call them back for 3 days, do you really think they're going to want to work with me? Be available. And don't let it control your life. Be available during set hours. You train your clients how to work with you. If you don't work past 9 o'clock, you communicate that with your clients. Or you set an auto text message or an auto email and say, hey, I got your message, it's come in. My working hours end at 9 p.m. I will contact you first thing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But actually contact them first thing in the morning at 9 a.m. They're not going to be frustrated. They're not going to be annoyed. You let them know. You have an automated service that's going out saying, these are the hours I'm working. If you are in a showing and somebody texts you, set an auto text. Hey, I'm just in the middle of a meeting right now. I will contact you back at X time. And what I recommend you doing, again, in that time blocking, is set a time every single day, 6 till 7 p.m. You go through and all the people that you sent that text message to or that email, hey, I'm just in a meeting. I will contact you back at. You contact them back and you have that time block in your calendar. And then at 6 o'clock, you go through and you contact all those people back that have reached out to you that you weren't able to answer their call. And it's in your calendar. So you actually have that set there. So you're not forgetting. And you learn to follow your calendar religiously. Obviously, life happens and things change, and there will have to be pivots for showings and open houses or offers that come in. That's real estate. Things change constantly. However, there will be non-negotiables that cannot change in your calendar. And if they do, then you get somebody to take it over for you, like a personal assistant or an administrative staff or your husband or your kids or whatever or whomever it is that can help you. All right. Books to read, guys. So obviously, there are so many books out there when it comes to the art of sales. My biggest thing to you is read books about mindset. Mindset is key. Connecting with people is key. Brene Brown has a book called Daring Greatly, and it's actually one that kind of had that turning point in my life. I was struggling through a lot of challenges. I owned 3 businesses at the time. I felt like I was run off my feet constantly. I didn't have time for my husband. I felt like I was a bad mom. I had all of these things that were piling up and all of this pressure, and I didn't know how I was going to handle it. This was about 12 years ago, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I picked up this book and it was just like, oh my God, I'm not alone. Oh my God, this lady relates with me. Finding books that people can relate to, hiring a coach, doing things that really fill your mind with positive and makes you block out all of the noise of the negative and the self-sabotage around you is huge. So pick up really good, motivating, self-development books, not self-help. Let's not call them that. Self-development books that are going to make your brain expand and have an aha moment, and you will grab something because you're not doing everything exactly the way Mel Robbins does or Brene Brown or Tony Robbins, whoever those people are. You're not doing it the exact same way because their story is different than yours. You're pulling bits and pieces and warping it into your world and making it work for you. All right, guys, that is the very basic of art of selling. Remember, the art of selling, you are always selling. Show up with your best face forward, and remember, you are presenting yourself to the world for the next opportunity every single day. If you are having a bad day, have a down day, stay in the home. Don't air your dirty laundry out on social media and have that bad day. We're all allowed to have them. Share the things you're struggling with, be vulnerable, open up, get people to like, know, and trust you. Always selling. When you are showing your craft, do it 110%. Show people your value. Don't cut corners, especially when you're doing things for free. Know your market. Block your time, study your time. Make sure every single day you're blocking time to know your market. Make sure you're blocking time every single day to follow up and not forget to reach out to the people you said you would. Open houses are key. Go back and watch the open house verbiage again. It's a really important one and a great way to grow your network and your prospecting and your lead generation list. A huge thing is if you don't have a client data management system, Google it, research it, reach out to your brokerage and see if they have a free one. For example, I use KV Core. It is a system that eXp offers completely free to all the agents. There is Follow Up Boss. There are a ton of different platforms out there. You need to have a client database to keep your clients, your sphere, your prospects organized. Google it, get yourself one. Most brokerages offer one for free. They are expensive to purchase yourself. So if you can get one for free, I recommend using the free one. But if you can't get one for free, it is worth every investment. It can do your newsletters, it can do your follow-ups, it can send out your automatic emails. Get to know it and know and study your client database system inside and out. And again, if you don't have time to do that, then hire somebody to do it because you need to make sure you are staying organized and keeping everything because you are constantly, every email, every point of contact, everything you are doing, you are selling yourself. And we can't get away from it. Understanding people, break down disc, know personalities, know how you present so you can adjust your personality and make sure you are filling your mind with positive thoughts. Read self-development books. Don't let the noise and the self-sabotage around you make you start doubting yourself. And if you are doubting yourself, I'm going to say it again, reach out, get a one-on-one call, do some coaching, do some mentoring. I am always here to help, and I love seeing people succeed, grow, and if I can be the person to level them up, it is the best feeling in the world. Peace.